Hey. Hey, I want to talk about being depressed. You ever get tired of being depressed, bro? I feel like I've been depressed for so long that I'm literally bored of being depressed. Like, damn, can we do something else? Like, seriously, you're in your bed again? Get a hobby. You got a hobby, but you don't feel like doing it? Damn, that's kind of weird, bro. I feel like a lot of people are going through this right now, especially with quarantine. Honestly, at least where I am, Georgia, we're not doing shit. Coronavirus has been canceled here. So I'm staying in my room, wearing my mask, doing what I'm supposed to do. But like, damn, I'm also depressed. Like, fuck. My mom brought me this Gatorade, and I'm like, this is not my preferred Gatorade flavor, but I guess it'll do. But it's not bad. I actually kind of like it. I don't like the super sugary ones because I don't know, they just be tasting off. My preferred one is the light blue Gatorade. I guess this is still kind of light. This is more like a transparent blue. Okay, I'll stop talking about Gatorade. I'm depressed, bro. I'm like severely depressed, bro. You ever get out of a Zoom class and start crying? Like, I surprised myself with that one. I was just like, damn, you crying right now. Is that a stain? Is there a stain on my sheets? Damn, looking crusty as hell. These are clean sheets. But like, bro, I literally left my Zoom class and started sobbing into my pillow. I was like, that's not normal. I know the techniques that people tell you to do. Start exercising, deep breathing. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but like, I'm too depressed to do that shit. Like, you want me to go outside? I can't even leave my bed. Bro, you saw in my other video, I didn't even feel like going to the bathroom to get my bonnet. And you want me to go outside and run? Not even run, just walk? Huh? I had to go buy eggs the other day at the grocery store. And I barely got through that. Like, walk? Huh. Good luck with that one. I feel like the only thing that helps is staying hydrated. If I drink water, I feel like this much better. But then it goes away. And I drink more water. And then I need to pee. And I'm like, damn, I need to pee. And sometimes I hold it. Like, that's how depressed we are, bro. I even have a therapist. You know how, like, disheartening it is when you've been talking to a therapist for months? And, like, you feel the same? It's like, damn, bro. I even went to a professional. I'm still, like, severely depressed. That's crazy. Gotta stay hydrated. I've been wanting to make videos, but, like, the whole thing of, like, take out your camera, put it on a tripod, get your SD card, plug in your camera thing, set it up at the right angle, do all the lighting. Then after you film it, because now we finally filmed it, we finally thought of something to talk about, and put the camera up and filmed it. Then you gotta edit? Are you kidding me? Editing? Whew. I filmed like 3 videos that I haven't edited. I gotta get my SD card, the little toggle thing, plug it into my computer, and then edit it for hours? 3 times? It's not happening. But I'm glad I got my iPad because honestly it makes everything so much easier. Even this, like, this video is, it's not a 1080p, but I'd watch it. How are y'all getting through this? Because my strategy right now is sleeping. That's it. And aromatherapy. Things smelling good motivates me to keep making things smell good. I've literally just been sleeping, scrolling through Twitter. That's 2. That's 2. Facebook 2. I haven't watched YouTube the way I used to watch it in middle school in a long time. So I did start watching D'Angelo Wallace though, and I fucking love him. But the thing is, his library is not big enough to sustain my binge needs. That's where we are. I'm bored, lonely, depressed, bored of being depressed, bored of being lonely. I even went out. Okay, I went out. My little mask on with my little essential oil in the mask. Pro tip. It was fun on one hand, and it was like, I just didn't enjoy it as much as I feel like I should have. Because I'm depressed. I'm gonna keep forcing myself to like hang out with people. But like, I don't know. It do be like that. It do be like that. Oh, so I'm calling this a laid up with me. Because, you know, all I do is lay in my bed. So if I want to make videos, y'all could just lay in my bed too. You see how that works? It's pretty sad. You know, at least I'm topical, right? Right? Am I cool? You know, can we chill together? Are you enjoying our time together? Am I relatable? Hashtag. Let's talk about high functioning depression. Like, here's how I understand it. Personally, I'm not a professional, so don't use me as any kind of diagnosis. It's a kind of depression where if you have to do something, it will get done. Point blank period. Am I high functioning? In high school, I was high functioning depressed. And up until coronavirus hit and I realized I suck at online learning. Not low functioning. I'm like mid-range, mid-functioning depression. I went from an all A student to like, you know, I got a C. I got my first C in my whole life, and I wasn't mad about it at all. I was like, bro, I'm depressed. I'm mentally ill. Like, I don't know what y'all be expecting of me, but got some screws. They're in the right orientation, but like a couple are loose. The happiness one, just like jiggling around up there. The self-knowledge one is like, it's like halfway screwed in. Someone needs to just get a screwdriver and like finish it all the way. But that's where I am. But it's weird when like you're a functional depressed person, because it's like, one, the markers of depression I feel like people use is like, you stay in your bed all day. Well, check. I feel like a lot of definitions of depression are like based on productivity. And it's like, well, one, since coronavirus hit, I don't give a fuck about productivity because people are dying. People's rent is not being paid. Like, I haven't give a fuck about productivity since Emory evicted me in the spring. Let's be clear. And that was kind of liberating, honestly, at first. I'm really grateful that I've lost like my sense of I have to do this solely based on the authority that's attached to the activity. So like, I have to get my homework done. I have to act a certain way. I have to talk to my parents a certain way. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck. That's a great thing. But like, towards the end of the summer, it became, I don't give a fuck about anything attached to authority. And I also don't give a fuck about the things I liked. And I'm like, oh, that's not the best turn. But even with losing that sense of like needing to be productive, I feel like there's still a part of my emotions that are hidden from myself. I have to intellectualize my feelings before I feel them, as opposed to just feeling them. And that's always been the case for me. Like, I can't remember a time that was not the case for me. Which is really sad to think about. Like, oh my god, 20 years on this planet and you've just been intellectualizing your feelings, girl? Feel them. Last night I had essentially a breakdown. When my feelings hit me, it's because I realize them. And so you go a little while without realizing them. And then you realize everything. It's like you realize one thing and then you're like, oh, but that too, and that too, and that too. And then you're sobbing into your pillow. It's like I've gotten away from this need to be high functioning depression. But my body is still in that mode of like feelings later, work first. But I'm not doing the work. So I'm literally just chilling and sitting and like being like, okay, feel your feelings, Marissa. Feel your feelings, Marissa. Think about yourself and, you know, introspection. That's the most important thing. And then my brain's like, do 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 do. We got nothing. If that doesn't make sense, I don't know how else to explain it. But not good, not good. Like, I don't know, it turns everything into a tower moment. It's like things don't need to be a tower moment. But then when you're realizing everything at the same time, it's like it's necessarily a tower moment because it's everything. A tower moment is just like, I'll explain it if you're not familiar with like tarot. But there's like the tower card, and it's like it symbolizes a big event happening that like either is like destruction or like transformation. It's just a big event that happens and you're like, oh, big thing, caught me off guard. I don't want to be caught off guard by my emotions. Like, bro, they're in there. Just figure out how to get to them. Like, what do you... It's right there. I almost feel other people's emotions before I feel mine. Because I feel like I was trained to do that in a way. I feel like growing up, my mom is a kind of, not volatile, but like, I don't know, my mom is super loving and stuff, but she's not necessarily the person to externalize that. And so a lot of the times, the externalizations that we do get are like take school, for example. My mom is the kind of person that's like, oh, you got all A's? That's what's expected. But it's like, it's coming from a place of like, oh, I love you so much, and I raised you to be a certain way, and, you know, I think you're such a talented, amazing person, so I have these expectations of you because I know what you're capable of. But, like, if that's all you hear, if all you hear is, of course, I don't expect anything less, like, that's only expectations. Like, there's no, you're not receiving any of the love because they're not saying any of the love. I've conditioned myself towards expectations, and my mom's expectations in particular, of like, if my mom expects a certain reaction of me, I have to do that. No questions asked. And I think that's also where my high functioning comes from. I'm not a high functioning depressed person. I'm not in the slightest. I'm a highly productive. I tend to be when I want to be. I tend to be a highly productive depressed person. In terms of, there's a thing I gotta do, we just gotta do it. Like even in high school, and this is the worst. Honestly, thinking about it, this is the worst saying ever. But like anytime, like I was banging my head against the wall, I had some crazy assignment due for IB. IB is hell. IB is hell. But every single time, I would just tell myself, this is gonna get done because it has to. And that was motivating for me. I told my brother that because he's entering IB, and I was just like, sometimes, like, you just gotta think, this is gonna get done because it has to. And then my brother was like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, wait, you're right, it doesn't. External things should not have a priority over you. Crazy, right? Like, you shouldn't prioritize homework and people and events and activities and marching band over yourself, because that's not healthy. And then you get into a pattern of doing that your entire life in every kind of situation. So you meet someone and the first thing you're thinking is not, oh, how do I feel about this person? You know, you're not tapping into any kind of like intuitive sense of who that person is. When I meet someone, I tend to really like focus on reacting to what the expectations of the conversation are. And I've noticed that a lot, especially when I'm talking to like people I've never talked to before. It's like I come off as a really agreeable person. And I feel like that's kind of not who I am. I'm not agreeable at all. I'm aggressive as fuck. If you say some dumb shit, I will tell you some dumb shit. even if you're a close friend. And it's just, but like you see that contrast of like what the expectation is in a conversation or in a relationship, and who I actually am as a person. My scrolling is on Twitter is not entirely unhealthy, because it's given me a space to really tap into that person that I am in a way that I don't know how to do in real life yet. Ooh, that's kind of deep. It's like sometimes you're online, you are the person that you actually are. You just don't know how to be that person in person. Gatorade break. Bro, earlier, oh my god, I was eating Chinese food earlier, and I had this little duck sauce packet from last night. I got Chinese food last night at the mall. I brought it home, microwaved my leftovers, and oh my god. Last night, I closed the lid on the fucking to-go box, not realizing that the packet and all that was in the lid. And I closed it on the food. And when I was eating it today, I swallowed the little corner of the duck sauce packet, bro. I still feel that shit in my throat. I don't know how the fuck. I swear there was 3. And I swallowed one. And then I took the other one out after I swallowed the first one. And I have no idea where the third one is. I might have eaten that one too. But I didn't feel it go down my throat. So I got too much plastic in my body. Entirely too much plastic in my body right now. I don't know how to end this video. You ever pet yourself? No. I find my hair so comforting. It's so fluffy and soft. And sometimes I just pet myself. It's cool. I don't have an animal. I am my animal. It's self-love, okay? I love my hair. I love my scalp. I pet that shit. Nightly. Okay, I'll stop. What is this video about again? Absolutely nothing. Okay, bye.
It's the end of the video. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah. Woo. Yeah.